Hello there, everyone, and welcome to an episode of Find Your Path. With me today, I've got Sonic the Hedgehog.
I thought there was gonna be chili dogs here.
Later, that's for after recording.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Alright, what's up everybody? Hey, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog, how's it going? Or also known as Sonic the Vtuber.
Now, Sonic, what I do here is that I try to get people to talk about their favorite characters, someone who they're very passionate about, and try to make them into a Pathfinder character. And so, what character are you interested in?
Sun Wukong, yeah, the Monkey King.
Monkey King?
Yeah, the one and only.
Alright, well, if you'd be more than willing to, why don't you tell us a little bit about him? Like, who is the Monkey King?
Well, if I remember correctly, it's Chinese mythology. And he was actually born from like a stone. You see, he has immortality on top of immortality on top of more immortality. Pretty much Buddha is like the only one that was able to defeat him, if I remember correctly. Yeah, Buddha was like, if you could jump out of my hand, then you could take over the Jade Palace in heaven. And Sun was like, oh yeah, I got this, and well, yeah, he didn't have that, yeah. But he spent like 500 years to 1,000 years under a mountain, which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's gotta suck. You don't have a Switch or anything to keep you busy during all that? Like,
You can play I Spy. I spy with my little eye something gray. Is it the mountain? Wow, such a smart person you are. If you'd be so kind, why don't you tell me a little bit more about Sun Wukong? Like, does he happen to have any special techniques, any favorite weapons?
His staff. I kind of forgot the staff's name, but it can change sizes. It can actually reach heaven. It can actually reach the underworld. It's pretty crazy, honestly. And then he can also make it so small that it hides behind his ear. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that sounds pretty useful, especially when it comes to security checkpoints.
I honestly have no idea what to say about that.
I mean, the metal detectors aren't gonna be able to catch the staff. Why? Because it's so small.
Well, that and if it's just a regular staff, it'd be made out of wood and not much else.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Well, I guess in their defense, this was made in China, so if anything, it actually might be a metal staff, or even one made out of stone. I'll have to check
I guess
in with
he
somebody.
made out of stone. I think you're onto something there, honestly. I think he could be made out of stone.
Well, anyways, I think I have a good idea as to who Sun Wukong is, and as such, I think I'm ready to help you build this character in Pathfinder. And to start us off, let's start with the ABCs. The A is for Ancestry, and for that, we are choosing the Venara. The Venara are a monkey-like humanoid species inside of the Pathfinder universe, so they are pretty much like what would happen if you made a humanoid version of a monkey. As such, they will actually have a prehensile tail, which will allow them to use that tail as kind of like a free hand.
Not gonna lie, I kind of wish my tail was pretty long, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be easier to, carry chili dogs around, honestly.
Yeah, then after that, we have the background, which would be the feral child. Someone who has at least been raised since young in the wild. That pretty much sounds like him, being born out of that stone egg.
Yeah, that's true. If I remember correctly, trying to remember, I know it was like the way he became the Monkey King, honestly, was they all made he was playing with his friends, and they all had to cross like this type of waterfall. And I think they said the one who makes it across the waterfall wins. And well, as you all know, he's the one that wins. So, yeah. That's when he gave himself like the nickname, the Handsome Monkey King.
So after that, we have C, his class. As such, we are going to be choosing the Magus. Now, the Magus specializes in using both magic and martial arts at the exact same time. And now each Magus has a different type of hybrid study that they can choose. As such, there are 5 to choose from. So I decided that he's going to be the Twisting Tree hybrid study, because it allowed him to switch his hands with his staff, going from one-handed to two-handed. And when he holds it with 2 hands, they actually have a variety of traits for his weapons, allowing him to parry, have a 10-foot reach, trip people, And on top of that, with his one-handed style, he'll be able to use it as an agile weapon, giving him less of a penalty when he does multiple attacks in the exact same round. Now, when making up this character sheet, his 4 most important stats are Strength, Dexterity, Constitution, and Intelligence. As for his heritage, they actually have a very special one. It's called the Monkey God Vanara. It allows him to hold on to 1 cantrip of the Divine Spell list, and it levels up with you, equal to half your level rounded up. As such, for that, we're going to be using the spell Read Aura, which basically allows you to look at somebody and read their magical aura.
That sounds awesome, I'm not gonna lie.
As for his ancestry feat, we're going to be choosing Canopy Sight. This will give him the ability to see things in low light, as he was raised in the jungles.
Kinda like night vision? Kinda?
Yeah. And since he was also a feral child, that bumps his low light vision now into dark vision, allowing him to see things in the dark. At least natural darkness anyways. As for his skills, as a wild child he is automatically trained in survival and nature. But with his intelligence score being a +2, we're also going to be training him in religion, so we know who the gods are, deception, so he can deceive the gods, athletics and acrobatics, so that way he can also dodge the guards and the gods, as well as also be able to outrun them if he needs to. Now on to level 2. For his class feat, we're actually going to be choosing a dedication, the Spell Trickster. It allows him that if he is trained in a certain type of magic, which he is trained in Arcana, he'll be able to actually manipulate some of his spells in a way. Specifically, we're giving him the ones that allow him to do Forceful Push, which makes him able to actually push people with his Mage Hand. And we're also going to be giving him Barrier Shield, that's what it was. This will allow him to be able to cast Shield and modify it so it becomes a solid barrier, allowing him to have cover. And we're also going to be giving him Dubious Knowledge, because he is the sage equal to heaven and earth. He's bound to pick up some information here and there. Alright, on to level 3. We're going to increase his acrobatics from trained to expert, and we're also going to give him the general feat of fast recovery. Their body now quickly bounces back from afflictions, and they regain twice as many hit points from resting, trying to build up that way to immortality, as it were.
Oh, okay.
Now on to level 4, picking up the skill feat Catfall. This will make it so that way, if for whatever reason Sun Wukong happens to fall, we treat the fall as 10 feet shorter. And if we are an expert in acrobatics, which we are, it's then treated as 25 feet shorter.
So it's like he's not feeling anything at all when he falls?
For that first 25 feet.
Damage. Oh, okay.
The better you are at your acrobatics, the less and less it'll feel like you're being hurt by it.
So I have a question for you.
Well, by all means.
Well, what's your favorite adaptation of Sun Wukong?
My favorite adaptation, I would have to say it's from the animated show Monkey Magic.
Ooh, I haven't heard that one before. I gotta check that out.
Oh yeah, it was back in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
I know one of my favorites is the one from Ruby.
I haven't checked that out yet, but I'll have to check that out sometime. Now, level 5, Sun Wukong will get ability boosts. As such, we're boosting the same 4 stats again: Strength, Dex, Con, and Intelligence. Since we upgraded Intelligence, we're going to give him training in Thievery. So now he's able to actually take things and not get caught as better. And for a skill increase, we're going to be increasing his Athletics, making him be able to run faster and longer.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about, speed.
For an ancestry feat, we're choosing the feat Darting Monkey. This will make it so that when they do their darting strikes to prevent foes from distracting you or breaking your focus. And so, when you hit a creature of your level or lower while that creature is flanking you, flanking doesn't make you flat-footed to that creature. For 6th level, we're going to be choosing a Archetype class feat for the Spell Trickster. We're going to be choosing Confounding Image. This makes it so that when you cast the spell Mirror Image, you can modify its duration, set it to a range of 30 feet, and if you do, you replace the target's standard effect, you create an illusionary duplicate of yourself that appears in an unoccupied space within range.
Oh, that is actually one of his abilities too.
Yep.
He's able to make several duplicates of himself.
And then we're giving him the skill feat of Say That Again. When an opponent gets a critical failure when attempting to demoralize you or lie to you, you are able to pretty much go right up into their face. You can then use a reaction to make a shove attempt against the creature. You basically get to roll Intimidate for your initiative check.
So, say like one of Eggman's mechs tries to intimidate me or whatever, I'd just be like, yo, say that again.
That's exactly what that feat does. Alright, now for Sun Wukong's 7th level. We're going to be increasing their ability to deceive people so that deception gets bumped up. On top of that, we're also going to be giving them the general feat of Untrained Improvisation. Basically, anything that they're not currently trained in right now, they now get to add into half of their level, or if, actually no, never mind, since we're taking this at 7th level, they now take their level instead. And now for the 8th level feats. So for his class feat, I'm giving him Fuse Staff, that allow him to hold weapons in his staff. And anyways, for his level 8 skill feat, we're giving him Slippery Prey. This will allow him to be a little bit trickier to hold on to, as it pretty much makes it easier for him to slip out of people's grips and tying situations, and even take less of a penalty than normally would. And with that, we have everything that we need to make Sun Wukong. So let's go over it. So now, let's go over some of his items that we know he's going to be having. For starters, we know that he's going to be having his signature staff. So we're giving him a bow staff, which will do 1d8 damage plus his strength. We're also going to be adding some runes onto that. Specifically, we're adding in a potency rune, which adds a +1 to his attack and to his damage, and a striking rune. This means that instead of rolling 1d8, he now rolls 2d8s. And, to make this even better, we're actually giving him the ability to reach with it. Specifically, the Rune of Extending. By using 2 actions, you're able to make the staff extend up to 60 feet.
Oh, snap!
As for his armor and whatnot, we're going to be giving him hide armor and giving him a potency of +1 on that. So now he's got that tiger hide on him. And on top of that, we're also going to be giving Sun Wukong the Hat of Disguise, which for 340 gold, they can activate the hat as a 2-action activity, and it'll allow them to basically create an illusionary disguise around themselves. Thank you very much for joining me, Sonic.
Of course, no problem. Thank you for having me.
The pleasure was all mine. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you?
They can find me at my YouTube channel, Sonic Speed Network.
Alrighty then, I'll make sure to have that in the description down below. And in the meantime, you guys be safe, you guys be awesome. We will see you next time. Bye!
Chili dog time! Chili dog time!
Alright, chili dog time. Anywho.
No, I fought King Arthur. That was fun.
The artwork?
King Arthur? Yeah, I had to fight him, honestly.
I've got no idea who that is.
He's, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Marlin.
Isn't Marlin a type of fish?
No, that's Finding Nemo. Marlin or Merlin. Yeah, Merlin. That's how you say it. Merlin is like the wizard guy or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know who Merlin is, sorry.
He's pretty much a wizard that was like, he trained King Arthur and stuff like that during medieval times and stuff. Excalibur. Or Caliburn. One of those. But, yeah. Pretty much, if I remember correctly, Merlin conjured up a being known as King Arthur to rule over Camelot. Or, no, I feel like that's completely wrong somehow. I'm so confused. I think I confused myself. Whoops. My bad.
All right.